Samyang have built a great reputation amongst discerning Fujifilm users, thanks in no small part to that 12mm F2 that we looked at last year that I think is just, well, you need to check out the review really. What we're going to do is start off a trio of other Samyang reviews. So we're going to be looking at the 35mm, the 50mm, both 1.2 lenses, and also the Samyang 21mm F1.4. One of the lightest in the range, 299 grams. That typical pinch cap there, little petal hood straight on there, and plastic cap on the back revealing the nice solid typical Samyang Fuji X mount right back there. Plastics across the rest of the lens. The manual focus ring is steady, sure, not too solid but not too light, just as you want. The clicks are decent as you go from 1.4 to 22. Fits nicely on the body there. Bear in mind a full frame 35mm equivalent of this lens is 31.5mm. It's not quite standard, not particularly wide, but very useful for general photography. It's a nice 1.4 aperture, which is really what this lens is all about. Manual focus, of course, but you know, fling it into focus peaking. In my case, I like the white highlights and you're away. Although this thing, it depends on your situation. It's not always that easy to spot the highlights. Once you get into manual shooting with the Fuji systems, I think you'll find that it's a very capable way of shooting manually. You know, you get there, it's quick and easy, especially the wider you go. And you know, if you stop down, it gets even easier. But 1.4 lens, gotta shoot it all the way open. This has a very nice 0.28 minimum focus distance, and that's great for just getting real close to something, blurring out the background while still maintaining that field of view. Very decent, no weather resistance. Now, you know, you shouldn't really compare this to the Fujifilm offerings, but typically people will. Yeah, no autofocus. It's 1.4. 23mm is your closest 1.4. This thing comes in around 356. I'll let you think about that. I do really like these Samyang lenses. I think what we were seeing with the 12mm F2 translates really well across the other focal lengths that I'm trying, especially in this trio, the 35, the 50 and this 21mm. I think I'm seeing, you know, this very similar magic that I got from the 12mm F2, and that brought most of you across to checking out these Samyang lenses. Probably best we take a look at some sample shots, taking the same time as the 35mm and the 50mm, so I could check the consistency across the lenses, so I could see how it fared. But I felt these lenses deserved their own video, so let's just check them out and we'll meet up again on the other side of this short little straight out the camera sample session. So yeah, let's just crack on and see how we get on. In this series, I want to avoid comparing these lenses, but you know, I think it's going to be inevitable, especially with some of you hungry Fuji geeks out there. You know what? I do really like this lens. I'm not sure if it's going to be my favorite of the trio. I've had time with all three lenses now, and yeah, I really do like it. Not sure how well this one competes value wise with the others. But this is all about a Samyang feel, a manual focus love, more than just comparing it with autofocus, you know, sort of offerings. Definitely sharper wide open than the 23 F2 if you got to go there. 23mm from Fuji, well, it's not 21mm, is it? It's a different focal length. I don't know, there's not a lot in, but people are going to compare. Let's just call it for what it is. It's a decent lens, shoots nice and sharp, wide open. The out of focus is decent, very nice. And yeah, I know I say that a lot about these sort of lenses, but it's got its own special flavor, and I think that's what you're looking at if you're into what Samyang are giving you when it comes to that earthy, you're gonna hear that a lot, earthy vibe. Then it's doing it. It's a solid lens, it fits well on the camera, and it works, it just does the job. So you know what, definitely worth looking at. If you're a video shooter, well, you've got clicks in the aperture there, so well, you video shooters know if that's going to be a problem for you. The manual focus is nice and smooth, not too much resistance, but not too loose, no play in there. Everything just works nice and solid. It seems that these Samyang lenses are really fitting in nice and continuing the reputation that the 12mm F2 gave, well, amongst us Fuji geeks. Well, you Fuji geeks anyway, I'm not a geek. Well, let us know what you think if you've had a chance to try out this or any of the other Samyang lenses. I know you probably tried a 12mm, but any other, let us know what you think. Now, if you haven't tried it, you know, try not to go comparing, because you've really got to get your hands on and play with this, you know. Yeah, I would recommend that. Thanks for watching, take it easy, and you know, all that good stuff. I'm off, stuff to do.